Alright guys, welcome back to another Master and Apprentice video and podcast. As you guys can see, today we've got another Lego review, except it is not Lego Star Wars, it is Lego Marvel. With the new Guardians of the Galaxy coming out, Volume 3, we wanted to do a new review for the new movie, and I love this ship. Love the colors, love the size, love this set in general and the ship, so we thought we'd review it. So to start off with, we have set 76255, the new Guardians ship, 1,108 pieces. As you can see, we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy art on the side. Title, Marvel. We've got the corner. It's kind of like the intro sequence for Marvel movies where it does all the flashing scenes from the movies. They kind of do their own nod to that with the Marvel collage for Lego. We get the characters at the bottom again, kind of like the Lego Star Wars game, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, where it has the character's name, a circle, a color, and then the character. Very, very similar. We'll have a picture of it on screen, obviously, to compare. For the back of it, nothing too unique. You can see kind of just different ways you can open it up, different play features, nothing crazy unique. The background, I'm actually not too familiar with the background of this is supposed to be. Don't know what planet. I don't recognize it from any scene in the movie, at least. But with that, we'll get right into the minifigure selection. Alright, the first minifigure, we get Adam Warlock. A very cool looking minifigure, very cool character in general. As we can see, his body art is pretty good. He even gets a little skull on his chest. Nothing crazy unique because there's only so much you can do with the minifigure, but very good looking. He is double face printed on the front. We have the smile on the back. We get a little bit more serious face, as you can see right there. Hairpiece looks very well. You can't see his facial features all that well because it's in gold, so it just kind of blends in a little bit. But the facial features that are fine look very good. His quote-unquote weapons are these little, fiery blue hands because he kind of uses his strength as his power. So that's kind of cool. The cape is a great add-on. But he's probably one of the more basic out of all the minifigures, if we're being honest. The gold coloring is probably the most unique to him, but it still looks very good. First minifigure we get is one of the 4 Guardians of the Galaxies we get in this set, Drax the Destroyer. As we can see, he gets just a very basic Guardians of the Galaxy outfit, nothing too crazy about it. Head normal, just normal headpiece stuff. The back of it, very basic, no second facial feature. As we can see, the actual outfit, very basic as well, blue with some printing. The legs are actually pretty impressive. They have some leg features, even some shoe/foot printing. Drax probably the most basic of all the minifigures though. Comes with the knives. Still very strong, good looking minifigure. Alright, the next minifigure we get is second Guardian of the Galaxy of the 4 we get, Nebula. This one's a little bit unique in the fact that she comes with the gray arm instead of, the full blue suit. And that's because in the movie, she actually has this arm that can morph. It's like this metal arm. And I think, I could be wrong in this, but they gave her the sword because her arm can morph into this big blade. So with the gray sword held by her gray hand, it's kind of like the same idea. It morphs into this blade. Because obviously you can't have her holding a blade as an arm. They don't make arm blades. That's just not how it works, obviously. Her headpiece, very good. Printing on it, very detailed. The black eyes, obviously mentioned by Peter Quill. Back, just normal printing, just kind of match the rest of her head. And then the rest of the suit besides the arm is just very basic. Looks like the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy's outfits. And then the next Guardian of the Galaxy we get is Mantis. She's pretty basic as well. Nothing crazy about her outfit, as we can see, just a normal blue printing. But the biggest difference between her and the other two is her hairpiece to start off with. Get it off. you know, has her little antennas, right? Because hence her name Mantis. And then her actual head has two facial features. So a little bit of added detail in there, but yeah, she's pretty basic. You know, nothing crazy unique about her besides maybe the hair piece, but still a strong minifigure. I still love the outfit. Looks very good altogether. And then the last Guardian of the Galaxy, the leader, Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord. Blasters I love. I mean, I could not, you know, they're just detailed so well, as you can see right there. Kind of look like some of the weapons from Halo, if I'm being honest. Still very cool though. Outfit, very basic, as you can see. Headpiece, when I saw it, I was very surprised how accurate it looked to actual Chris Pratt. It was like, oh wow, that kind of looks like Chris Pratt. Hairpiece, very basic. I believe it's the same exact one that Adam Warlock has. I could be mistaken, but it looks very similar. And then he also does come with a double-sided head. You know, a little bit more goofy side of Peter Quill that we all are, you know, very familiar with. Still a great minifigure altogether. I love the minifigure selection. No complaints there whatsoever. All right, so this is just kind of an overview of the set. I've got to say, shape-wise, I think it's very unique. I think it was awesome to build. It's one of my funnest sets to build in a long time. The coloring is quite literally pink, this weird blue. I can't say how much I love it. It's literally one of my favorite color schemes I've seen in a very, very long time. To start off with, we've got some of these little tube pieces. They open up, you have weapons in here. So there's one feature for you guys. Obviously it comes with this stand. I like it. I also don't. I think in a way it's kind of a waste of pieces, because we could have, you know, used those big pieces and making this ship a little bit bigger, but they didn't feel that was important. They felt like it was more important to have a stand, and okay. The next thing is, you know, obviously in the movie we see that the center piece breaks off and two side pieces break off. So this one, you can't actually break the side pieces off. They just click on right there, as you can see. And then you have your guy sit right there. Let me grab somebody real quick. Voila, right? So obviously it's not, you know, up to size. It's not minifigure scale, but it looks good and it works fine for the play features. A lot of things aren't scaled properly. That's one of my biggest, you know, problems with this is, you know, this ship's actually kind of big. You don't realize it, but when they land on, I can't remember what planet it is, but they land in the suburban area, it's like the size of a freaking block. This ship is massive, right? And I feel like some of this kind of misses that with these included. It's cool that they break off. I like that. However, the center does not break off. You can't open it. You're supposed to be able to fit 3 people. We'll get to that in a second. The bottom opens up. We'll get to that in a second as well. Just kind of a display of it. And then the back here, very cool engine. I love that. That's quite literally my favorite color right there, that pink. So that made me a little bit happy. It's not the most beautiful thing back here, but it looks good. You know, it's a ship. It's kind of a weird shape, but that's the purpose of this ship, and it's kind of cool. These are a little bit weird. They're held on in a very strange way, but they work just fine. Kind of some more inside details here. All right, so we're gonna record this with me actually holding the camera. So first thing I wanted to mention was the actual engines or whatever, they're held on by these connector, right? These kinetic pieces. And so they can actually kind of move, right? Which is cool because I think that's, you know, at least one of the accurate things that they got right. So that I enjoyed that part. As you can see in here, we have 3 seats. 1, 2, 3. There's no more other space back there, so it's pretty tight squeeze just to get all 3 in there. But you can do it. I tested it. It just takes a lot of work to get all three. Two fit in easily, three is a lot of work, but it's possible. You might be asking, but Sammy, there's a fourth spot, a fourth member. They come down here. Not only is this the ramp to open up once you get there, you actually can have someone sit there. I know that wasn't the greatest angle, but you can kind of see where I'm getting at. It's cool enough. It's, like I said, my biggest thing is the accuracy, the size. I feel like they kind of missed a little bit. Kind of reminds me of the Bad Batch ship. There's a lot of cool things to it, but the accuracy of the size and the scale, they missed by a mile. All right, so we come down to our final review. I'm a big fan. I think the stand has its positive and negatives. And the positive, this makes it a very, very beautiful display. I love this. This is going to be on my shelf in the background from now on. I love this set. I think it's great for display. The problem is it kind of takes away from the piece count, right? $100 set for 1,100 pieces, you'd think this might be a decent sized ship. And it is and it isn't. The wings are huge, but the actual cockpit isn't that big. And I feel like that's a missed opportunity, because I feel like the pieces that were used for down here maybe could have affected this and made it a little bit bigger. And, you know, maybe we could be getting this centerpiece to break off like we see in the movie, but we don't get that. And that's going to take it down for me a little bit, because the size of this ship was what was part of its attractiveness to me. You know, having this big ship. When you buy a Lego set, sometimes the sheer size is what's attractive about it, right? This one wasn't the only attractive part about it. The color was, and the shape, obviously, and both those were knocked out of the park for me. The size, however, it was a miss. Minifigure selection, I love all of them. 1,000% great. It's very few and far between when Lego smashes the selection and the actual minifigures. This is one of the times that I think they did an exceptional job. So altogether, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. This is, part of me wants to make it go lower, but part of me likes it in certain ways. You know, the actual play features, it's good for a kid. For collection wise, I feel like we're missing out on the size once again. And then for the display, this stand, you know, it makes it look very beautiful and majestic, and I love it for that. So like I said, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, possible 7.5 out of 10. $100, I do think it's worth it. Depends on what you're looking to buy though. If you're looking to have a great display set or just some, you know, fun with it, I recommend it wholeheartedly. If you're looking to, you know, just try out a new ship, you know, add it to the collection, maybe wait a little bit. You know, the size is really not that impressive. So take that as you will. I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of this set down in the comments and what that was you guys in the next one. See ya.